Why is it doing this? Okay. All I have to do is... Ugh. Okay, cool, we're back. Good. I'm glad that worked. I have no idea what OBS was doing, but it was being very annoying, as usual. Hello, everyone, and welcome... Let's try to get that a little lower. Okay, there we go. Is the new stream live? Looks like it. Okie dokie, let me quickly go through chat. Hello everyone, LK, Joel Boy, Candy Sensei, Hey Scuttlers Rose, Wee Broodness, Soggy Box. Reading this chapter reminding me of the created liberties the author takes. Yeah, there is definitely some. Will Goatmo appear? I have a feeling he probably will. And the fact that people jump straight to he's got PTSD so Loki can win is baffling to me. Whatever happened to caring about building character? What, are people saying that? That's very weird. Okay, fair enough. I've not really seen what the general consensus is for the chapter from people. But obviously we'll discuss that. Cheesemo already has come in with the super chat. Very much appreciated for the pillow. Okie dokie. 1 minute. Let me get through chat and then, yeah, the damn pillow can come out. Have you tried turning it on and off again? I did try that. Didn't work, but I got it working now. I don't know what was wrong with it, but it is now working. By the way, I read Fire Punch and it was amazing, but holy shit, it's messed up. Like, Fujimoto, are you okay? Yeah. I cannot understate how amazing Fire Punch is. Like, Fire Punch is great. But one of the issues is with Fire Punch. Once you've read Fire Punch, Chainsaw Man's not as good on the basis that you can see that, like, when Fujimoto wants to write a good story, you know, when he wants to write like a story like like with everything he's got, he writes Fire Punch. And then when he's trying to write a safer story that fits more in the shonen like archetype, is when you get Chainsaw Man. Obviously, Chainsaw Man's still amazing series, but you realise how much Fujimoto is holding back with Chainsaw Man once you've read Fire Punch, because of how more insane Fire Punch is. Seth's audio cutting out for anyone else? Hope not, because that'd be very annoying. Your end, cool. Nice. Fire Punch Dead Ass makes Chainsaw Man look like fucking Gumball. It very much does. Okay, let me get this damn pillow then. There you go. We didn't even get like 5 minutes into streaming this damn thing's come out. But, you know, I'm $5 richer. Well, am I $5 richer? I don't know what... I have no idea what cut YouTube takes of Super Chats. Knowing YouTube, it's probably, like, quite high. So maybe it's $2. Who knows? Have you all seen Indie Cross? Probably one of the best fan animated shows on the internet, even though it takes a year per episode. I've not seen Indie Cross, but I'll definitely have to check it out if we've got good recommendations for it. Are we covering Apox? We are going to be in Apocalypse of the Gods, and I must say, I'm very excited to talk about Apocalypse of the Gods, because this low-key might be my favourite Apocalypse of the Gods chapter. It's obviously not... There's a couple of chapters that I think are really, really good, but this might be my favourite chapter so far. I think there's a lot of really juicy stuff in this chapter. Obviously, the main Ragnarok chapter was awesome as well. I'm looking forward to talking about that as well. Audio isn't cutting out for me. Yeah, you're cutting in and out. Well, we've got the duality of man here, don't we? Well, if you're someone who's got it cutting out, there's not much I can do about it, so deal with it, I guess. Dr. Stone is fun to watch. It's my top one anime for me. I'm not actively watching Dr. Stone because, like, I preferred the manga. I don't think the anime is a bad adaptation of Dr. Stone. It's just like, I think the story suits better to a manga than an anime, so I've not actually been keeping up with the anime because I read the manga. So it's been ages since I really read or watched anything Dr. Stone. YouTube does 30%, I'm pretty sure. Okay, not still bad, not awful though. Where are we up to? Just want to say that I feel the theme of this round is be careful what you wish for. Jack wanted to see Heracles again, and Loki makes a copy. Simo wants to atone where he uses his own organs. Could be. That's an interesting concept. I haven't actually thought about that. I've not really thought, like, thematically what this round is, just because it feels like we've got so... I guess now we've got some to the round with Simo's backstory, but, like, I've not had my analysis brain on much reading round 10, round 11 so far. Not obviously I'm going to do a video on it when it drops, when the round finishes, but, like, I've not actually I actually had a good think about the round yet. Where are we up to? Also, apparently Simo died in 2002, meaning Reckon Ragnarok probably takes place after. Yeah. I mean, my assumption is always being Reckon Ragnarok just set the year the manga started. When did the manga start again? It was like 2020? When did Reckon Ragnarok start? 2017. Sorry, yeah, 2017. God, it took 4 years for it to get an official English translation. That's hilarious. Yeah, so I just assume it's set 2017 because generally stuff's set the year that it's first written, generally. Have you heard of the Gorilla versus 100 Men debate? I have. My Instagram feed's been all Gorilla versus 100 Men stuff. Though I wouldn't call it a debate because it's like, the Gorilla's absolutely cooked. Like, I don't know what people are smoking. They think a gorilla takes 100 men. That's just absolutely ludicrous. Just do some basic power scaling here. There is records of men 1v1ing leopards barehanded. Gorillas run, like they shit themselves and run scared of leopards because leopards just kill them. Like, they get hunted by leopards. Leopards are really good at killing gorillas. And men have 1v1'd leopards. Not saying a man 1v1's a gorilla, I just don't mean that's going to happen at all. But the point is, like, gorillas aren't like Viltrumites or Kryptonians. Like, a couple men could take a gorilla out. Like, I know what people are on about. Yeah, people overrate these gorillas way too much. The 100 men absolutely cook the gorilla. I know what people are on about. Does Belial have Satan with him because of the skull? I'm gonna assume everything in like any of the primal stuff is not gonna affect Apox of the God at all. I really doubt it. Plus, you know, like, I think it's implied. Well, you don't know when Odin got hold of all like the what are they even called? The runes or whatever they were called. But like, I assume it was before. It wasn't like in the small time between Ragnarok being announced and like the actual tournament starting. Episode 1 is 16 minutes. Meanwhile, episode 2 is 49 minutes. So it's about an hour for Indie Cross. That's a big old jump. 16 to 49. I hope Rasputin wins his fight. I'm his greatest Glazer. We will see. I mean, I'm still what's it called? I'm still Team Simo wins this round, if not draw, but we'll see. We're getting more and more people in the chats now, seeing a lot of new faces. Yeah, we are getting more people. We've got 18 watching live. That's more than usual. I don't know why we got more than usual, like, because like it's not like we've gone up massively in subscribers anytime recently. We still haven't hit 20k. We've been hovering like 19 point whatever k for like months now. So I don't know why there's more people, but everyone's very much appreciated. If Simo wins, Rasputin loses, and vice versa. Yeah, pretty much. Obviously, like, it's not 100%, but like very, very likely. Haven't read the Apocalypse of the Gods chapter yet. I would recommend it. It's very cool. Indra is aura farming like hell. Like, Indra actually, somehow they've made Indra, who I always saw as a bit of a bum, really, really cool. I'm loving him. And Zook, or the Vermilion Bird, I was never excited. I don't think his design was cool. I didn't, like, in mythologies, like, as a bird, I was never that intrigued, but this chapter's completely changed my mind. Like, I'm really excited to see this round now. Yeah, I'm very excited by it. They have simultaneously turned Indra from a bum in my mind into an absolute mad lad, and they've actually made me interested in Zook. So this chapter was really good for that. Also, since I mentioned the Medaka box being a neurodivergence metaphor, I thought about it more and wrote a detailed essay about it. You have. I'd love to read it if you're. I don't know how you're gonna make a video and share it, or you're just gonna post it anywhere, or if it's just for you. If it's just for you, maybe email it my way, because I'd love to have a read. It sounds really interesting. Skeletor's Rose, part of me says Zook and his group will get blitzed and have to fuse into the Yellow Dragon to stand a chance. I hope to God they either the four symbols have transformations that make them look even slightly like the animals they're meant to be, or again, like as you said, they have a fusion. I would really like either of those. Obviously, I don't think I can't remember what their names are, but like Black Tortoise and White Tiger, I do not think they're taking out Indra. I don't think that's happening. I don't know if we're gonna get an actual fight between them, like an extended fight on screen, or we're gonna get the classic badass thing of like the time is ticking down and there's 1 second to go, and then you just see Indra just walking out smoking, and then like it pans to just like the other two just absolutely demolished it like in the ground. We're gonna get like a cutaway and they've just been absolutely wrecked, or we get an actual fight. I don't know. Either way, it's very cool. But like I don't expect the round to win by Zook to win by default, because like Indra gets beaten by these goons. Normally it's 100 men versus 1 gorilla. Gintama fans, 100 normal Magicas versus Srirachi. People think the gorilla has a divine weapon. I mean, if the gorilla had a divine weapon, we would be cooked. Chain scaling isn't the best in real life. I mean, yeah, obviously, yeah, it's not. But like, I just want to put into perspective that like, man can kill leopard. Leopard kills gorilla. Like gorillas aren't like this league of their own. I think 100 men could kill basically any animal on the planet. Like maybe terrestrial. Like it's a bit more different. Like I don't think they could take an elephant. I don't know if could 100 men take an elephant. Maybe, probably not. I mean, to be fair, even like a hippo and a rhino, I think 100 men's a lot of men, and like animals are like they have endurance and stuff. They will just like tire and stuff. I think people are really underrating the 100 men. Like they're really underrating them. There's also a clip of a goose scaring a gorilla. So yeah. Let's be true. I mean, to be fair, remember Mike Tyson wanted to. He tried to bribe zookeepers to let him fight a gorilla in the zoo. Good thing he wasn't allowed to do that. But like, he would have died. Like, I don't think anyone's 1v1ing a gorilla. I mean, if you're like, I feel like it's possible someone could 1v1 a gorilla with the really, really right circumstances, but like, I think it's incredibly unlikely anyone 1v1s a goddamn gorilla. But 100 people destroy the gorilla. Team Loki, what are you on about? Loki's a gooner. We don't want to vote for the gooner. We want Simo to win. It makes me sad that Nike got turned into a Zeus jobber. Yeah, I mean, when they showed up, I was like, oh, hell yeah, we're getting some more guys. I know people like Nike, or however you say it. And then, yeah, they were a jobber. But even so, it was fun to see them. People forget that gorillas aren't smart enough to fight its full potential, and they don't have the stamina to even get through 20 people. Yeah, gorillas are animals. They're not like these demigods or something. Don't we know, okay, don't we know all the Olympians? I don't think, no, we don't know we don't know all the Olympians because it's really, like, it's difficult because it's like if we're just talking like the 12 gods of Olympus, 13 if counting Animus, it's different to mythology on the basis that Hades, like, sort of Hades is said to be one of the 12 gods of Olympus, and that's not really a thing in mythology. Hades is just his other thing. Hephaestus has shown up, but his title book didn't say he was one of the Olympians, so is Hephaestus one of them? I don't know. Does Artemis actually goddamn exist? Like, we just don't know. Like, there's various people it can be, but I'm just not entirely sure who the exact ones are. I was kind of hoping we'd see more of this, like, Olympian Royal Guard that apparently exists, but, like, or Holy Knights, whatever they were called, but it doesn't look like we're going to actually see them. They just need to be jobbers for Belial. The unstoppable outer god looks like Taikaniko from Kengan Omega. Yeah, he does. I'm so excited for Belial. I'm not going to say this early on that Belial's definitely going to be like the person that the other side of the roster that makes it to the finals, because we just don't know enough about that side. It could be Surta, for example. It could be my goat Hydra. But we just don't know. But Belial does seem like they're being set up to be a really interesting character. So I'm really excited to see what Belial's all about. And the fact that they're getting set up this early in when their fight's a long way off, I think it's going to be actually really interesting. Where are we up to? Yeah, we outsmart Gorilla. Our kicks are stronger than their estimated punches, so a couple of people could hold him while we attack. Yeah, like, all we're talking about is we're just talking about some animal cruelty. It's just guys gagging up and beating up a gorilla. Yeah, I dropped it in a document on Discord. Okay, I'm really bad at checking the Discord. I will definitely check it out then. You know me, I'm terrible at the Discord. Haven't we only seen 3 of the 4? Would it be cool if they all merged to become the 4th member? Haven't we seen 3 of the 4? What's this for? The symbols? We've seen all 4 symbols. We've seen them all. We only saw 3 in this chapter, but we saw... Who was the other one? We saw the Azor Dragon, like, back in, like, chapter 3. Might even before then. The minutes we've talked about the chapter, 0.8 minutes. No, we talked about... we talked about the Apocalypse chapter for a bit. We haven't really talked about the actual chapter for a bit. But there is stuff I want to say about it, so we will actually talk about it in a minute. Excuse my readiness. It'd be really funny if he winds up having the same voice acts in the anime too. Water Takagi, same voice behind Okuyasu Naruto. Theme of round 11, Duty versus Desire. I do think Desire's, like, Duty, that's a good one, because, like, the two big things, like, Simo's big thing so far has been Duty. It's protecting the fatherland, even, you know, at the cost of his own mental health and whatever. Like, as much as it horrifies him to kill, he has to do it to protect his home. And, like, Loki is just a gooner. However, considering that Loki very well, as he what's the word? Alluded to at the beginning of the round, like, he might be willing to die for the sake of Brunhild. So he might even see this as his duty in a way. Like, his desire merges with his duty, because it's his duty to protect Brunhild, maybe. But anyway, to stop, like, going off tangent, as the rest of your comment says, Loki takes pleasure in doing whatever he wants, as seen with the great joy he takes in executing his plan. Simo going through agony to perform his duty, as seen in 102. Yeah, completely agree. 100 Teft versus 1 body pillow. I don't know if I could take a body pillow. I don't know. Remember, Body Pillow made it very far in our Gods roster we did a couple of streams ago. Simo's bullet broke through Loki's shield. I'm getting the unstoppable force fighter on Simo's bullets. Maybe the only way to steal them is by dodging. I mean, it's one of the reasons, as I've said, I love Loki having clones so much, is that even as they literally say in this chapter, Simo has 100% accuracy. I don't think Simo will... If Simo misses a bullet at any point during this match, it'll be right at the end. It'll be like the dramatic moment near the end of the round where it looks like, Loki's got the upper hand and Simo's made a grave mistake because he actually misses a bullet. If Simo does miss, it'll be an incredibly important moment near the end of the round. Because like Simo's thing is he doesn't miss. And it's why the clones are so cool, because I've always said I'm really curious how they're going to do this fight with Simo landing all his hits, because like Loki can't be durable enough that he takes a round's worth of bullets, but like the clones are a great way to do it. And as we've seen at the end of this chapter, I mean, the round could end here. It obviously isn't. It's like, I think like this one's not right in the ring or something, so it's like 99% chance that this is a clone. What's it called? And like even Loki's cat, when Loki says 2, he goes ... So it's like he knows this isn't the end of the round. There's more to come. Simo's bullet broke. We've said that one. What organization of monster hunters would you rather be part of? Hero Association from One Punch Man? Hell no. I'm not doing that. Even like Moomin Rider is like well superhuman, and like he's like kind of fodder to like most of the monsters in that verse. So I would just be destroyed. Camp Half Blood and Percy Jackson. To be fair, like most of the time, they don't do much. It's pretty chilling in Camp Half Blood, to be honest, for most of the time. It's only really when Percy Jackson shows up that it all gets like kind of like more ropey. Public Safety and Chosen Man. Hell no, do I love her Public Safety or DMW or the DWMA and Soul Eater. Probably Soul Eater, to be honest with you. Just because it's cool. It's cool aesthetic as well. But like, I feel I'm gonna die if I'm in the Hero Association or in Public Safety. I'm just gonna die. At least in Soul Eater, I'll likely have a partner who's probably strong. Like have a strong weapon partner. The Body Pillow would win. Do you think Kratos is gonna try and fight Belial next in APOC? Probably not. I don't think Kratos is gonna be like actually particularly important, if I'm being honest. Keeper of Pillow versus Goat Mode Bar of Pillow. By the way, Seth, are you the guy in Seven Rock who can see the future? I am not. That is the guy who... The Seth guy from Seven Rock is a real guy from history. I was very lucky to find a prophet from history who actually has, like, Seth in their name. So I was really lucky that we actually found someone. What do you think of Nike's design? I really like it. I think it's a really cool design. Yeah, personally, let me pull it back up so I can get a refresher, because I only read the chapter earlier today. Yeah, I like it. I think it's a fun design. It's got a very Apocalypse of the Gods design where like the arms are really long and the neck's really long and the head's really big. But like that's just the art style. But I like the armor. I think the armor looks cool. I'm happy Nike is in the manga, but I'll be very disappointed if the first and possibly only thing the Goddess of Victory does in the manga is lose off screen. Yeah, it would be very funny. We all know Ares is the leader of the Holy Guard and he's no jobber. Wait, if Ares is the leader of the... I'm pretty sure that's never been confirmed, but like, so if it is already confirmed, then like, ignore what I'm about to say. But if it is, that is true. That is absolutely hilarious, and I love that. I could see Duty versus Desire being the theme. Yeah, it would make sense. Again, we're very early into the round, so we will, we'll wait and see. If the 4 symbols do pull a 7 lucky gods and merge into one, I can see them merging into the sometimes present 5th symbol, the gold Quillin, essentially a dragonic unicorn. I did not know there was a 5th symbol. That's very cool. A Killin would be awesome. Sadly, it wouldn't look like a Killin because it's regular Ragnarok. It would look like a guy. But even so, yeah, I'm excited. Like, here's the thing. Who do you think's winning this round? Indra or Zook? I feel it's going to be Zook, to be honest with you. Like, Zook's been quite a prevalent character so far. And if we are going to get, like, this merging thing, then like we could have that like not necessarily in the first round, because something you need to remember is like if in these multi rounds, like we want the gods to be pulling out cooler stuff each time. So like for Fuku Cullen, for example, he's got to learn to fight without relying on Gay Bulk, so we're gonna have something new. So Wukong only needs 15% of his power, so there's more he can use. So if Zook has his fusion thing that could happen in his second round, so that's something more he could do. So we need to think what else can they do, like to show off in the next round as well. Didn't the body pillow lose in the first round to Santa? Was that round 1? Okay, I retract my statement. I knew it lost to Santa, but I didn't know it was round 1. Either Loki wins or a tie, because Loki feels too important to the story to die. Yeah, but I think there could be a lot of thematic weight to Loki's death, especially with the way it relates to Brunhild's story. But yeah, it's really hard to say who. Yeah, but just because the character seems important to the story, like they don't always survive. You know, it's hard to say. 100 Moomin Riders versus 1 Deep Sea King. Ooh, could 100 could they? Deep Sea King's nowhere near as strong as people think he is. Like, just to start with, like people really overrate Deep Sea King. He's not that strong. Like all the S class would like minus like. All current S class would absolutely demolish him. Even at the time, he's only like the weakest S class, who was a lot weaker than he is now. Like lost at him. I don't think 100 Moomin Riders could do it though. To be honest with you. Stream frozen, or is it being dumb? It could be completely fine. I can't. What's going on with what's going on here? Stream just not working, or what? Okay, you're saying stream isn't frozen, so I'm just going to assume it's just my computer being dumb. Okay, we're just going to assume the computer's being dumb, then I will continue. Although, I'd like to see stream chat. Where's my stream chat gone? Oh, what is up with this computer today? Oh, for God's sake. But yeah, I don't think 100 Moomin... I would say current webcomic, 100 webcomic Moomin Riders would destroy Deep Sea King. I'll give it that. But like manga Moomin Rider wouldn't stand a chance. And that's just the sad reality of Moomin Rider. As much as I love Moomin Rider, I want Indra to win, which I do feel like he will be the first one to actually use elemental powers being electricity. I think he will use his electricity. I kind of hope so. It wouldn't surprise me if he's got some kind of... It won't be electricity, though, in, like, he's shooting lightning bolts. It might be something like... He can, like... You know, like, Killer was, like automatic reactions in Hunter. Could be something like that, maybe. Possibly. Yeah, I think he'll have a lightning powers of some description. I just don't know if they're going to be, like, strictly, like, him shooting lightning everywhere. Sorry, let me pull up stream chat on my phone instead, because it's just not loading at all on my thing. Okay, so yeah, but public safety got the slick suit, so I'm picking them. Yeah, you would get a cool suit, but like you would just die. Like public safety, everyone just dies in public safety. Plus, you could get a devil contract. Yeah, but devil contracts mean you have to give up your lifespan or your blood, or like devil contracts that aren't like nice. I don't know about that. And Half-Blood camp is worse because being Half-Blood means getting jumped by monsters every 5 minutes. Not if you're just chilling at Camp Half-Blood. Like, for the most part, if you just stay there and chill, you're kind of fine. Assuming for a moment that it was actually Loki that got shot, but the fight still continues in the next chapter, how do you think it would be explained that Loki survives the bullet? I mean, I don't think that's the case. I think it is a clone. If it is, it'll probably be some jack shit where it's like, oh, I can move my organs around my body or some shit like that. Or he used, like the whole, like his weird portal things that he took his chain out of. He makes some kind of like portal for the bullet to go through, but I imagine it's a clone or something. Loki shifts his brain back in moment. Yeah, exactly, something like that. When you say it like Nike. When you said Nike, I know how you say it like Nike. I can only think of butt physics. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look at Nikkei gameplay. I'll have to look at that after stream then. Something interesting I saw someone observe is that Loki and Simo both put on straight faces so the people they care about don't have to worry about them. Loki for Brunhild, Simo for his comrades. Oh, that's a really interesting point. I also very much like the point that Simo literally wears a mask in the war and like currently like has like the lower part of his face completely obscured, so you just cannot see. You just can't see what he's actually thinking. What he actually feels like. Indra the goat. The fifth symbol is sometimes present, sometimes not, which is when it's in the center of the four symbols, which would make sense for it to be the merger of the four that exist. Yeah, I think the merger idea is very cool. Nike, goddess of victory, gets killed in her first experience. Nike, I didn't lose, I was just reverse victorious. Considering he also shows up in the main series in round 5. Yeah, Indra's cool. Like as much as I like seeing new gods, I kind of wish we at least had like one other god from like the main series showing who was a participant. It wasn't just Indra, but like at least we got Indra. Very loud. I want Indra to win, which I do feel like he will. We've said that one. Hosen in the Yoshua arc be like, I'm lonely Kintoki. Oh, no, so I'm just imagining Hosen saying the bloody any of Conquest lines for Invincible now. So limit is 101 Moomin Riders. Yeah, I give it to 101 Moomin Riders. Sweet as ever to make it. Hello, Claydon Master. Good to see you as always. I can see this round being a death round. Being a death round in APOC. I think it would if like Zook. Well, here's the thing. Like Zook is an assassin, and he's obviously not going to kill Indra because Indra survives because he's in Ragnarok. So Indra doesn't die here. I don't know if Indra kills Zook. I don't know. I feel we will get a death round, but I feel if there's a death round, it'll be quite important. It'll be quite impactful. My first theory, if you remember, was that Cuchulainn will kill Ra, and Cuchulainn will be the one who kills his opponents, and that sets them apart. Now I think that could be Belial. We could get Belial killing Leviathan. Doesn't make me fear Leviathan's going to be a jobber, though. I do fear that. There might be a Prometheus. But, we'll see. Wait, I retract my statement. Does Ra's Sun Aura count as an elemental attack? It does by record Ragnarok standards, because that's about as good as we usually get. Technically, yeah. Yeah, cool. If I had a nickel for every stream I've been in where there's technical issues, I'd have 3 nickels. Seriously, was the being part of the British Empire makes you guys have crappy streams? It's not. It's basically it's because my computer. I don't have any. I haven't got a way to get an Ethernet cable up here in this room. And the house has really thick walls because it's a very old house. So the Wi-Fi just really struggles to go like anywhere. So my Wi-Fi is really, really good next to the router. But we're not next to the router. So the Wi-Fi is bad. And in fairness, at the beginning of the stream, that was OBS mucking up. But yeah, we love technical issues. It's part of the streams. Simo somehow beat Tesla as my favourite in the span of 3 chapters. I think he will win. I hope to God he wins. I don't want Loki winning. I just had a brain blast. If the 4 symbols merge into gold, gold is a really good conductor of electricity. Would that let him counter Indra or make him countered super hard by Indra? Oh my god. It's like in this last week's Fire Force episode where there was the woman who goes ka-ching a lot. And she was heating up her gold to make it magnetic or something. Something like that, if I remember right. I feel like Simo's bullets are unblockable. Even Buddha and Beelzebub's shield wouldn't stop it, which makes sense because of what he's sacrificing to create them. Again, unstoppable force vibes. I really hope so. It would make like Simo. I don't know if it'll ever be confirmed, but like I like the idea that Simo just like he always lands his target and his bullets will always do damage. So you're right, man. Don't let the go Indra get an L. I have something something to. I have something to. I have something to. I brought a body pillow. Dear Lord, I say it like Nike. We'll say Nike then. I just think of the shoe. I just think of the sport of the shoe brands. The current round in the nutshell: femboy versus traumatized veteran. Is Loki really a femboy? Like, I feel like we're getting too loosey goosey with what counts as a femboy here. Like, for example, Nostra is definitely a femboy. I don't know if Loki counts. Does Loki count? People are calling Okita a femboy. I'm like, Okita's just not a femboy. Femboys so all the fiction. They very much do. Mimo Umibozo. Think camel, we think. I can always start over. What, 17 more years? I will say, I'm really in the invincible brain rot at the moment. I've been brain rotted. Though, if anyone's been following my Instagram, and anyone's an Invincible fan, you may know that I am currently in the process of cosplaying every single Evil Mark variant from the Invincible War. I've got 8 done. 9. I've got 9 done. I'm halfway through. I've done half of the goddamn ones. It is fucking hilarious. Check out the Instagram if you want to see me wasting all my time making loads of different Invincible cosplays. It's very fun stuff. It would have been cool to see the gods from the main series fight in the tournament, but we all know our King Ares would no diff everyone. Yeah, Ares like winning the tournament would have been pretty cool. I'd have liked to see that. I see that Megami post. I see that Megami poster in the back of your room. Megami poster. Oh no, it's actually a box. Chat's hiding it. Yeah. It's just the box for a figure that's on the side there. Oh. Yeah, my room is a mess. I really need to clean stuff up. I need to find a place for that box. I basically run out of room for like figure boxes now, and I've got like, yeah, it's becoming a bit of a problem. I've got to work stuff out, but yeah. We're up to. Well, Ra did survive Gay Bolg somehow, but Leo and Adam did also survive one-shot attacks, technically. The 2 humans are goated, though. Yeah, Leo's the goat. Adam's the goat. To be fair, like, all the humans are goats, let's be honest here. Not gonna lie, I wonder if there's any Poseidon X reader fix out there. I guarantee there is. If there was one for any Record Ragnarok character, it would be Poseidon. It would yeah, of course it would be. Or Ares. One of the 2. Well, didn't Hermes imply that Ares would actually be a better fit for Ragnarok than the Apocalypse bums? I don't think Hermes actually meant that. I think Hermes was joshing. And remember, like, the big reason why they don't want these guys in Ragnarok isn't because they're isn't because of their strength. Like, it's very much implied the Apocalypse guys are as strong as our main fighters. It's the fact that nearly all of them are outer gods and they can't be trusted. They're absolute maniacs. You wouldn't want to trust these guys. Like even if this is meant to be like a low diff, just a fun event for the gods crushing humanity, you still want to put like the dignity of the gods forward. You don't want to be putting goddamn Belial in your squad. He's just gonna act up. So I don't think it's actually like a strength-based thing. I think it's just more like these guys are like loose cannons. There is Candy Sensei there. Everyone Tumblr. Hell yeah. Maybe on stream we could read the Poseidon X reader fic. That would be funny. We could read regular Ragnarok fanfics, like you know, like the spicy stuff on stream. Maybe we'll do that once. That'd be quite funny. Okay, now that I think about it, DWMA might be the best since you have a safe area and backing from the higher powers. Well, the other 3 only have 1 in Hero Association. Got a class problem, and the other 2 are. Yeah. As I say, I think DMCA is the best. I made a stupid Invincible shitpost on Reddit that's got some nearly 3k upvotes, as it should do. Invincible shitposts are the best. Thank you, Claydell, for the info. I might have to look them up. The 4 members of the Apocalypse: Loki, Nostra, Apollo. Apollo is not a femboy, guys. What are you on about? He's not petite or anything. He's just kind of feminine. Like, I wouldn't call him a femboy. Siegfried, based off the idea that he's the woman in the relationship with Brune. Dear Lord, the femboy epidemic. The other two have borderline death sentence unless you stay in the area. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, your invincible cosplays are going well on the gram. I've got to like promote the gram at all times. Not gonna lie, I really have a fictional crush on Poseidon. God, he can ruin me. Dear Lord, people, at least do it to like at least do it for Hades. Hades is more respectable than Poseidon. You know me, #1 Poseidon hater. By the way, has anyone read Bug Ego, the new series by One? I have not. I didn't even know One had done a new series. He very well has. When did this start? There's already 2 volumes. I don't know how I missed this. I'll have to give this a check then. Because you know me, I'm a big One fan. Definitely have to give that a check out. I don't know if you noticed, but it looks like every time someone creates a bullet, the Valkyrie gets damaged too. Yeah, I noticed that. I don't think there is any great implications like beyond it just being the same kind of ticking, because it might just be a better like visual metaphor, because like Simo's getting like damaged every time he does this by losing organs, but like it's hard to visualize how damaged he is because they're all internal. So maybe as we see the Valkyrie get more cracked over the round, that's just going to be a visual like representation to us of how damaged he is. Maybe. If the humans went into a battle royale, who do you think wins and who do you think loses first? Well, would Adam fight his own children? That's the question. If Adam is happy to fight his own children, Adam wins. I think, yeah. But I think my goat Raiden could take this as well, because, you know me, I love Raiden. Or, like, if, like, Sasaki can, like, avoid the fighting, or, like, hold out for a while and just scan everyone, maybe Sasaki could pull it through. What do you mean I trust Goat Famous with my life? We have a fanfics channel, we can read those. We do as well, we do. If it's not in London, then Jack, since he has nothing to use beside the things on him. I think Jack is a little underrated without, like, London. Like, I still think even without London, he's still pretty strong. If it was strength related, then Zeus wouldn't be allowed either. But then again, it's Zeus. Who's gonna tell him no? I've opened Pandora's box and I can't close it. No, Claydol, you didn't make a mistake. Apollo is more handsome. Is a more handsome Hades and Poseidon. Hell yeah, Apollo is the best Greek god. Another round 11 theme possibility could be one's nature. This with Loki leaning completely into his to the extremes, and Simo going against his to the point it drives into agony as the kindest human of all. That could be very cool. I think a lot of this is obviously going to hinge a lot on what Loki's backstory turns out to be. I think there's so many different angles for what it is. It wouldn't surprise me if it is centered around Siegfried and Brunhild, and Loki's backstory is kind of like the shoe-in like Siegfried lore, similar to like how in One Piece, like the Odin backstory was like showed us a lot of the Roger lore. It might be similar to that. So it wouldn't surprise me if it has something to do with Siegfried, or it could be something completely different. Zeus is also. Oh my god, you guys are just horny. You're just horny. Poseidon has that toxicity I like. Why is chat so horny? Dear Lord. So if you don't want to admit Apollo's a femboy because you cosplayed as Apollo. No, no, that's not true, because I want to cosplay Nostra. And I fully agree Nostra's a femboy. So shut up. Is Versus any good? I'm not caught up to Versus. I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't I didn't enjoy it. I wasn't like eager to get back to read it, so when I caught up, I kind of fell off it. But that was like a while ago, so I'm definitely quite behind. 100 Hasegawas versus 1 Utsuro. I mean, is Hasegawa got his cardboard armor? Because that is a big buff that I don't think Utsuro can deal with. I do want a round where the Valk dies first, meaning the human also dies instead of the other way around. That'd be pretty fun. That'd be pretty funny, to be honest with you. I don't think that's really going to happen, but it's very funny. President Sasaki is unstoppable. Oh yeah, if we're talking President Sasaki, now that he scans the world, I think he's arguably, like, could Adam still beat him? Probably, but like It's difficult to say. Sasaki would lose in a free-for-all fight. His power's busted, but takes too long time to work. Yeah, it's just it depends if anyone tries to pick him off first. Maybe because he seems like an old man weaker, the other fighters aren't going to prioritize taking him out. Maybe. Don't know. The humans get scaled up or down. Could they pass the hunter? If the humans get scaled up or down, can they beat the hunter exam? I mean, every hunter exam is different. So if we're just taking the one from the beginning of the anime, I don't think any of the humans would struggle in the first round. Like, it's just running. Right? I feel all of them have enough endurance to run that. I can't think of any of the humans that wouldn't be able to do that. Considering they're, like, physically capable enough to fight gods, I think the physicals aren't going to be a problem. Again, like, in the second round, you're just getting through a swamp. Yeah, the swamp's dangerous, but, like, I think the gods they fight are more dangerous than anything in that swamp. I think most of them would probably fail the third round because, like, they got to cook a good pig. Though, to be fair, like, everyone failed that in the anime, in the show, so they had to, like, then do the spider egg thing, which again I think they could do. Trick Tower might stop a few of them. It depends what, like if they end up doing the same one as, like, the protagonist do, then they're probably fine because it's just beating people up. And then stealing badges from people, again, I think they just outstat them so much. And then in the final round, again, it's just fighting. So I think they'd all be pretty. They'd all be pretty fine in Hunter Exam. On the topic of fanfics, where do you get your inspiration for Jade Emperor from, Seth? I haven't watched Ragnarok yet. I went on Wikipedia and read, like, the first paragraph about the Jade Emperor, and that's it. I based everything on that. Oh, 1 minute. I just got to let this cat in. Anything safe? Oh. This has been the best stream I've seen. Unfortunately, I must return to work. Have a fantastic week, everyone. I know you weren't here for long, Clayton Master, but it was great when you were here. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream, and I hope to see you for the next one too. Anne from the Jack backstory, best girl. I don't know if she's best girl. She's pretty good. I'm not sure about best girl. I think Gaul is best girl. I don't really know what you're on about. Gaul is definitively best girl. I'm having trouble thinking of things for him to do / use in my round 4 currently. I don't know. I had to Jade Emperor get one shot, like, immediately. So, and that wasn't my idea. That was someone on stream's idea. So, like, I don't know. I mean, I just went with the trope. I just made the Jade Emperor a businessman because I thought it was funny. But that's when, like, because, like, the first 3 rounds of Seventh Rock were a lot more memey because it was, like, an April Fool's thing. I still tried to keep it a little more, there's some memey stuff in there, but, like, I don't know if I was doing the Jade Emperor again now, I would have necessarily gone, like, a gag route like that. If I was in Record of Ragnarok, I would be in that Raiden scene. Dear Lord. Dear Lord, chat is just horny. Yeah, but Leo is also an old man. Granted, he is built like a freight train. He is. He very much is. I just got a stream idea. Could do a Record of Ragnarok Hunger Games. Oh, that'd be awesome. I completely forgot those were a thing. Yeah. Some old... Back, like, before I streamed on this channel, I occasionally went on stream with some other YouTubers. And we used to do Hunger Games stuff on their streams. So that's definitely something we can do. We might try do, like, only because, like, full transparency, I know there wasn't a video this week. The video probably won't be done for next week either. It's a longer video. It's a next Monogatari video, so it's like 40 minutes long. And I'm away this weekend camping, so, like, I'm losing, like, the whole weekend and Monday and Friday. So, like, and I've been busy this week, so I might try to get another stream in next week just to, like, tide people over on, like, the video's taking a while. So we might do, like, a variety stream, and, like, we can do a lot of different things, like, we can do another, like, thing like we did last stream with, like, the the character thing. That was fun. We could do one of them again. And we could do a Hunger Games. We could do some tier list stuff like that. We'll try to just do a little variety of stuff, I reckon. Sasaki knows how everyone fights, so now... So no one can surprise him except Adam and Zeus. I think just like... I feel like Adam's Eyes Lord adapts quicker than Sasaki. But I don't know. It's hard to say. And it's a lot up to interpretation. What are your fave chapters in manga? What, in manga in general? Or like in Ragnarok? If we're talking just manga in general... Oh my god. That's such a hard question. That's a really hard question. I don't know. In general manga, I just don't know. There's just so many great mangas out there. I mean, the ones that come to the top of my head. I love. I don't know what chapter number it is, but the Confession chapter from Quintessential Quintuplets. I love that chapter. There's a couple of One Piece chapters I really, really love. The one with the end of the Kuma backstory in Egghead. I love that. That's one of my all-time favourite chapters. There's a chapter in Enies Lobby that I really, really love. I can't remember what it's called. There's probably a load of Gintama ones that are up there. Berserk, Wounds. Wounds is one of my favourite Berserk chapters. That's a really good chapter. God, off the top of your head is really hard. If we're going to record the Ragnarok, the chapter which is the end of round 3, which is like... Is that chapter 11? Or 13, something like that. See, now, there was a time where I was really good at remembering what chapter stuff happened in regular Ragnarok. Which chapter does round 3 end? Oh, no, sorry, no, yeah, sorry. Chapter 13's the end of round 2. That's what I was, sorry, I was getting confused there. That chapter's also really good. But yeah, off the top of my head, it's very difficult. Kyojuro would lose to Susanoo. Maybe. I don't know how they match up, to be honest with you. It's very difficult. I mean, like, Susanoo should have mastered all the styles, but then, like, Saki can adapt. I don't know, it's difficult. Lubu with broken legs can't, so he'll need Red Horse or whatever his deed's name is. Mythology Zeus fucks anything that moves. Reckon Ragnarok Zeus, I have no such weakness. See someone fighting, get that ass over it. 100 gallons versus 1 Escanor. Depends what type of day it is for Escanor. Because, like Escanor's power level in that fight, when he fights Galand, was like... It was something like 50,000 or something? And Galand was like... Galand's like 30,000 with critical over, I think? God, you're making me remember bloody 7 Deadly Sins power scale. Power levels. Let me have a look. I think it depends on what... If it isn't the one, they genuinely might. Because, like, Galand's, like, still very, very fucking strong. Yeah, Galand's power was up to 40,000. So, 40,000 critical over Galand's. It depends on the time of day. Obviously, the one would beat them. But, you know, the rest of the time, I think the Galands might take that. What do you think will happen if Adam won? If Adam won, I think he would rest up and he would probably end up fighting again. If Brunhild's smart here, and Adam definitely would let himself do this, I'd let him rest and I'd send him out again. And try, like, just use Adam as much as possible, because Adam's easily the strongest human. That's what I think that's what should happen. It's not necessarily what would happen. What would happen is, like, another human would lose their round, and Adam would just chill in the stands, I guess. Since Brunhild calls Zeus a stupid effing gorilla, does that mean he's the gorilla in the 100v1? Okay, if Zeus is the gorilla, yeah, we lose, but, like, most gorillas aren't Zeus. Do you think Ares is the reason Sumo somehow got hit with that bullet? Simo somehow got hit with a bullet. He is the god of war after all. I don't think there's a chance in hell that that's the case, but it is very funny. Candy is horny. Correction, Candy is horny. Which older man is zestier, Zeus or Conquest? Ooh, they're both. I would say if we're just comparing the manga to the comic, Zeus. If we're using show Conquest, it might be Conquest, because Conquest is well zesty in the show. Zeus Goatus, next question. Made a few fiction versus regular Ragnarok. Tatargali against him versus 4. Zeus versus Escanor. Heracles versus Capitino. Apollo versus Makoto. What Makoto from Moonlit? I love Moonlit. I don't know if Moonlit's a particularly well-written show, but Moonlit's a really, really fun show. Sukamichi, Moonlit Fantasy. So working on them. I will definitely have to check them out at some point. Again, I'm really bad at checking Discord if they're in there. It's whatever chapter of Berserker's Schnoz. I've made it up to that one yet. The Schnoz chapter is great. Schnoz is an icon. Mine are 190 in the Darker Box. God, I'm going to have to look all these up now. Yeah, there's definitely on the Darker Box. Is 190 the one... Let me guess. 190. That's further in than the Kumaga fight. Is it when Najimi... Like, Madaka gives Najimi the fan and says join the school? Because that's probably my favourite chapter in Madaka Box. But I don't know if that is the one. This could be a completely different chapter. That's the one that comes to mind. Oh, it's the final chapter. Okay, yeah. Madaka Box is shorter than I thought. Yeah, that chapter is great. For me, like, the end of the Madaka Kumaga fight would be up there. The reuniting between Zenkichi and Shiranui near the end would be up there. But my favourite is probably the end of the election arc. I think that's just my favourite Madaka Box chapter. I think that would have been a good place to end the series. Obviously, I'm glad the series continued, but if the series had to end early, I mean, that would have been a pretty cool place to end it. Because it really hammers home a lot of the themes. 139 of Pyun. I'm currently reading Pyun, so I won't look those up. 87 of Soul Eater. God, it's been ages since I read Soul Eater. Which chapter is this? Oh, yeah. That was a good chapter. I don't want to say what's in it, because I don't want to spoil people. 7 of 3 of Gintama. I haven't read the Gintama manga in so long. I didn't really ever reread it. I think it's one of those shows where, like, the anime is just hands down better. Like, I think the anime improves on the manga, like, every way. Oh, yeah, so 7 of 3 is just, like... Yeah, that's just the conclusion. That makes sense. 114 of Yotsuba, I haven't seen yet. 336 of Hunter. Yeah, 336 of Hunter is a really good chapter as well. Also 115 of Monster and 301 of Vagabond. Which one's 301 of Vagabond? I've finished Vagabond now, guys. It is one of the best series I've ever read. It just misses out on my top 5. It's 301 is... Which chapter is this? Oh, yeah. 301 is one of the best Vagabond chapters. I completely agree. Yeah, Vagabond's just out of my top 5 at the moment. Yeah. If you weren't on stream the other... Like, you know how on stream you rank my top 50? Well, I went through my own time and did it for everything I'd ever seen. So I have now, like, a re-ranked all anime manga I've consumed. Currently, obviously, Monogatari's 1, Gintama's 2. That doesn't really change. Ranma is 3rd. Ranma's actually jumped into 3rd spot. I love Ranma so much. Konosuba's at 4th, Evangelion's at 5, and Vagabond is at 6. So Vagabond just misses out. Maybe on a reread it could get past Evangelion, but I don't know. It's really hard there, but they're just such incredible series. Could Kojo adapt to schizophrenia and Sisu's no sword? I think he'd be able to sense it, but I don't know. Also, the Rentaro feat of dodging something reaching has been downgraded by half. 45 times FTL because the anime, the thing took 20 seconds to reach the sun. Why are the feats in this show sound so insane? Have you seen Flashy Flash versus Poseidon? I haven't seen that. I'll have to give it a check. I feel Flashy Flash would absolutely cook Poseidon, to be honest with you, but you know, unless you're going with like the planet busting feat, the planet busting scaling for Ragnarok, which I don't subscribe to because it's really dumb in practicality. She should do the same with Chin. He's rested long enough. Send him out again. I don't know. Chin's strong, but like Chin's not like dominant in the same way that like Adam was. Like Adam can just counter any god. That's why he's so strong. Like she could send Sasaki out again. But you know, Most gorillas aren't Zeus implies that some are. What's your prediction for the rest of the Apocalypse fighters on the right side and what they'll do? God, I have no clue. I really hope Enma is a sword. Like, the god is the sword, and the sword is, like, possessing, like, a human host or something as like, a swordsman to fight with. I think Hydra's going to be a femboy. I think Surtur's going to have a big sword. Leviathan isn't going to be a fish, but I think Leviathan will be a woman. Oh no, if Belial's going to crush them, maybe not. Maybe they're not a woman. If anyone's a woman, I just have a feeling it's Leviathan. But that might be like Make the Exorcist Fall in Love. That's like, I'm just thinking of that Leviathan. I think the Hero Master will be a jobber. I think Death's going to be pretty cool. Who am I missing? I'm missing someone. I think. Is there anyone else on that side? I don't know. I want Hydra to be the GOAT though. Have you played the Ragnarok mobile game? I have not. CBA to make a Japan Apple ID account. That seems like a lot of work. Yeah, but 190 is my favourite because of the time she was a girl in every way line. That's just the perfect ending. No, yeah. It is an incredible chapter. I'm not denying that. Not gonna lie, Rentaro has that you could argue is infinite speed. Why is Rentaro so strong? I need to watch this show real bad. 703 is the final Gintama versus Utsuro fight. Yeah, I saw that, yeah. The ending chapter / episode to every JoJo part. The ending of... I was going to say the ending of part 5 is... Like, I love part... The ending chapter part 5 is really good. I'd say my favourite part 5 chapter is... It's a death chapter. I don't want to spoil who dies, but it's one of the characters who dies. It's on a beach. If you've read part 5, it's the guy who dies on the beach. That chapter. I love that chapter. Yeah, really, really good chapter. Yeah, I love that chapter. I think there's a chapter in the Diego Johnny fight that's really, really good as well. Oh, the chapter in part 7 with... Oh, who's the time loop guy? Well, that chapter is really good too. Makoto versus Apollo is because Makoto hates the god of beauty. Spoilers for 100 Girlfriend. Kissing saved the world from alien invasion. Sounds pretty in line with that show. How can Flashy Flash hurt Poseidon without a divine weapon? Shut up. No. To be fair, now that we've had established this for launch shit, this is like the crap where it's like, yeah, but you can't. What is it? No one can beat, like, it's the thing like Goku can't beat like Muzan from Demon Slayer because he hasn't got a Nichiru blade, or like you can't fight Ichigo from Bleach because you can't see him, or shit like that. Just like, oh no, you can't beat a stand because only a stand can hurt a stand. Like, it's just kind of this shit. And 87 the Soul Eater I like because of how real expression of abuse. Not gonna spoil, but yeah. There's a reason I didn't say which chapter it was, because like it's a really, really good chapter. So Anubis from part 3. Yeah, like Anubis from part 3, yeah. And 40 of Fire Punch because the dialogue was amazing, and Transrap. I can't remember which chapter 40 is of Fire Punch, but like Fire Punch has so many amazing chapters. I think Hydra is going to be a femboy, Seth 2025. Not Seth 2025, Seth 2024. I've been saying this for ages. I've been saying Hydra is going to be a femboy. I've said this since the roster was revealed. I've stood by this prediction. I also don't think Hydra is going to have multiple heads, sadly. If you're looking for VAs for Seven Rock, my mic will arrive next week. I could voice someone. Yeah, part 6 is nowhere near being done, I must admit. I'm too busy. I've not written any more of it in ages. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, when I will definitely be obviously asking voices again when I actually get round to finishing writing it. If you're looking for VAs for Seven Rock, my mic will arrive next week. I could voice someone. Oh yeah, I just read that. I'm in a brain fart here. Have you seen Luffy versus Kizaru yet? I haven't. I need to sit down and watch the episode. From what I've heard, it's really gas. I'm curious how the anime is going to do it. The anime has a tendency to clown on the admirals, which, for agenda's sake, I'm all for, because Admiral fans are the most annoying ass One Piece fans in existence, and they need to be put in their place a bit. So I really hope Luffy absolutely just claps Kizaru's ass, and they make Kizaru like an absolute like wet wipe. The fact that he's like, we're not doing a power scaling debate on One Piece, but like, the fact that like people genuinely will read like the Hachinosa raid and somehow come out of that Kuzan is stronger than Garp just blows my mind, because it's like reverse reading comprehension, because like Oda couldn't have made it more one-sided. Like, he gave Garp like every nerf in the fucking books just to make it believably goddamn wins he would lose the fight, and people still think Kuzan's stronger for some reason, or like how people genuinely think Kizaru's stronger than Luffy, and I'm like, Luffy grabs him and then throws him, and then when he gets serious he grabs him the same way as the first round, and then just crushes and pancake diffs him. Like it's very clear that if Luffy was serious in the first round, he would have just ended the fight. Like, Kizaru is not stronger than Luffy. I think Admiral fans annoy me to goddamn hell, and if they say, oh, mental nerf, we haven't seen Admirals go all out yet, I'm just gonna crash out. I'll crash out so much from bloody Admiral fans, because they annoy me to no end. Especially like Akainu people, because like here's the reality of Akainu scaling. Yeah, One Piece rant incoming. There's two ways to scale Akainu. Either one, you scale him to Marineford scaling, which means he is, at most, 0.1% stronger than Kuzan, because they fought for 10 days. So they are basically equal. Meaning he would do about as well as Kuzan did in the Hachinosa raid. That is how strong Akainu is, which I think most people agree is weaker than most of the Yonko. Like, it's not that strong. Or we go B, he's gotten stronger over the time skip, which I definitely agree with. I think he'll probably get Advanced Conquerors or something, and he will be a formidable threat. But that is completely based on speculation, and we have no baseline for it. So you can wank him to be as strong as you goddamn want. So it's either like he's as strong as Kuzan, which isn't that strong in the grand scheme of One Piece, or you can just wank him to the heavens. And there's no middle ground here. Goddamn, a kind of rant. Anyway, who shot Johnny Joestar? It's just such a good chapter. L. Kane, how can you fight a JoJo character if you can't see the stands ass argument? Exactly. 100 Girlfriends had one of the saddest chapters I've seen. It may seem like a meme manga, but man, I'm still in tears. I've got to check this series out. Like, dear lord, what? I just hear so much about it. Will you ever make a video or have a stream in which you explore if either side could have won the tournament at point or consider doing so? I promised to do this stream like a year ago. It's on the stream list. It's just like, I need to sit down and have a think through before stream, and then we'll talk about it on stream. But like, I need to just devote the time to doing that. And I don't do any prep work for streams, as you know. So, you know, I will do it at some point. It's the same type of standard stuff Platinum was thinking. Another and last spoiler for 100 Girlfriends. Also, Retro survived infinite power and resists it, scarring a god. Insanity. The humans get overhyped and the gods get underhyped. Maybe they're all just ass. Maybe they're all just bums. It's definitely possible. But the admirals have not shown how strong they are. I swear to God. Shut up. The admirals haven't gone all out. Yeah, sure. God damn it. I can't stand this. The admirals, I'm sure Akainu will be really strong. I'm sure he will. But based on his Marineford performance, he gets packed up by Kaido. He gets packed up by Big Mom. He gets packed up by Shanks. He gets packed up by Mihawk. I do not care what people are going on about. Marineford scaling isn't that good. Why do we have to lower expectations for how fantastical the gods are going to be? I hate how grounded the gods are. Why don't the gods have, like... Why does Anubis have a jackal head? He has to have a helmet. Like, it's just regular Ragnarok, man. So by that logic, I can beat Akainu. I haven't read just watch One Piece, plus I'm him. Well, L. Kane, you are a real person, so you can rip apart the paper that Akainu's drawn on, so you scale above him. Hydra multiple heads will just have every possible pronoun possible. We will have he, him, she, her, they, them, it is. The one is going to just pop out as an attack helicopter. The anime of 100 Girlfriends is good, but the manga is better, so read it instead. What I'll probably do is I'll probably watch it and then read it afterwards. That's generally how I do it. Hydra is going to be a femboy who can split into smaller femboys and start gooning in the arena. Someone clip that. That's great. I love that. 100 Yonkos versus one Admiral. We've had the Admiral fans talk about it. They think that's a fair fight. So he'll jump Surtur. He definitely could. I hate Admiral Wank. Admiral, the thing is, I used to love the Admiral. I will still stand by. I think the Admirals are some of the most interesting characters in the series from a writing standpoint. because they're like designed, with the exception of like Akainu, they're designed to be conflicted. Like that's like what the whole point of their character is the confliction between what is actually right and their what's actually right and what their duty is to the world government. I love the Admiral so much as characters, but like, oh my god, like as the way they get wanked, like that's to be fair, that is One Piece power scaling in general. Like people disregard character for the sake of, you know, power scaling debate. It's just like how it's like when Mihawk meets Shanks and says to him, after you lost an arm, you're not worth fighting. Even though like every power scaler just looks at like power, it's because Shanks is so weak without an arm that Mihawk beats him or something like that. Anyone with like actual reading comprehension would read that scene and say, you know, this probably isn't a power scaling thing. This is probably like a character writing thing. And like, again, until we get Mihawk's backstory or like any more about Mihawk, it's hard to say. But it very much to me seems like the reason Mihawk doesn't want to fight Shanks anymore is because Shanks like sacrificed his arm for the next generation. Like Shanks basically gave up on his own ambition to bet on the future, and what Mihawk wants to fight is why he was so interested in Zoro, is he wants to fight someone with the willpower to want to achieve the top, to fight for the top. Mihawk wants to fight the strong-willed, and although Shanks still has incredible haki, Shanks has given up his ambition for the future and entrusted it to Luffy, it very well could be that Mihawk's wrong, and through fighting Zoro, and through Zoro on himself, is fighting for the sake of Luffy. He put Luffy above his own dream. Maybe through their fight, Mihawk will learn, okay, maybe I was wrong about Shanks. Maybe Shanks, you know, he may have given up his ambition for the sake of betting on the future, but that in itself is its own ambition. So maybe there'll be some arc for Mihawk where he has to learn that, you know, the way he looked down on Shanks for giving up his thing for the future is wrong. Maybe we'll get an arc about that. But the point is, I don't think it's Mihawk doesn't want to fight Shanks because he's too weak. I think it's purely due to his, like, the philosophy of him sacrificing his arm for Luffy. I think it's 100% to do with that. But, like, the One Piece, like, power scalers only care about, like, arm loss means weak. Yeah, it really annoys me. Record of Woke the Rock. I had to fight for my life against a Kuzan fan who swore he was stronger than Kaido. To be fair, the Kuzan fans now have the line of, but Kuzan's faster and can freeze his opponent. And I will admit, there is no counter argument to that line. It's the same as Raiden is faster and grabs their weapon. You just cannot counter that line. But as long as they don't bring that line up, yeah, Kaido is like definitely stronger than Kuzan. I mean, but then Kaido fans themselves can be kind of annoying because like Kaido fans will stand here and say, Kaido is 100% stronger than Shanks. He will stay the strongest in the story behind, like, Luffy and Emu. And I'm like, you have to remember, Kaido is, at the end of the day, he's an arc boss midway through the story. That is just the reality of it. He's going to get power crept. I would bet so much money. Shanks is going to end up stronger than Kaido. Mihawk's going to end up stronger than Kaido. Akainu's probably going to end up stronger than Kaido. Dragon's definitely stronger than Kaido. Shamrock's going to be stronger. Garling's definitely stronger. It wouldn't surprise you some of the Gorosei are stronger. Like, it's just how shonen power scaling works. Like, there's power creep, and Kaido just isn't relevant in the actual final conflict. He's just a step on Luffy's journey to the top. That I just don't, despite, you know, the title scaling and stuff, I just don't think Kaido, by the end of the series, is going to be, like, a top dog. I just don't think he is. But I will say, I will 100% agree with people that currently, based on feats, Kaido is, like, top dog. He's right up there. He is stronger, with the exception of, like, maybe you can make an argument with, like, the Egghead Haki feat, that Shanks is stronger, like, Shanks is stronger than Kaido based on that. But, like, based on feats, yeah, I'm not going to disagree. Kaido has incredibly impressive feats. I just know that it won't be long till he's out. Like, other characters just get better feats than him. But, you know, I'm going on a big One Piece power scaling rant here because One Piece power scalers annoy me to all hell. Hydra Femboy. I want to marry a Femboy or a Poseidon. Yeah, it's missing the Z's pronouns. What is Seb yapping about? Do you think Femboy Hydra will be slippery? I hope they're slippery. Loki want to see a Chainsaw Man and One Punch Man crossover where the heroes and devil hunters are fighting, and you see Kobane and King sitting in the corner crying in fear. The difference is that But they're both cowards. Kobane actually is really strong. Like, we saw what she did against the Snake Devil. Like, she's actually really strong. And we don't know what a devil is either. Like, I feel like the Luck Devil or the Bad Luck Devil or something like that is often the popular pick. But we still don't actually know what a devil contract was. The problem is people always take being a fan of a character as I believe all possible power scaling agendas is in their favour. Yeah, you can love a character. You can agenda stand a character and know that they're actually quite weak. Like, I have a big dragon agenda and a Garling agenda. But that's based on shit those two probably will end up being two of the strongest characters in the series. But like I also have a Usopp agenda. Now, I don't think Usopp's going to be one of the strongest characters in the series. But I think he's going to do some cool shit. By the way, play Honkai Star Rail based on your personality, you'd like it. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, to be honest. What personality? The femboy stuff or the gooning stuff? Remember when this was a Record of Ragnarok stream? Yeah, that's true. By the way, Seth, have you ever thought about being an English teacher? I think you'd be great as one. I've never, like, seriously thought about teaching. However, when I, like, think about what I'll, in, like, 40 years, maybe not 40 years, in, like, 30 years, what I'll be doing for a career, like, a teacher of some kind does kind of, like, sometimes pop into mind. Weirdly enough, another YouTuber called KGM Productions, who you definitely watch, he does good Dragon Ball content. I was talking to him, like, a while ago. I have no idea what this alarm is, but it's going off. A while ago, I was talking to him, and he was like, did you used to be a teacher or something? And I was like, no. He's like, really? I really think you're a teacher. And I was like, well, I'm not, man. And he was like, oh, well, you know, I thought you were. I was like, okay, I must give off the teacher vibe. This was a Record of Ragnarok stream. It was at one point. The Record of Chapter 102 review stream is the friends we made along the way. I'm going to have to end stream in a minute, so get your last questions in now. Maybe stream I only meant to stream for an hour, but we're already an hour and 20 minutes, so you know you got some extra out of me. Seth got heated in the One Piece power scanning himself his fire alarm. I get heated about it. Also, I meant to talk about this earlier. Who's been watching Witch Watch? And if you haven't, you should, because Witch Watch has one of the best openings I've ever seen. Like, the anime opening for Witch Watch is incredible. Like, it's awesome. So everyone should watch Witch Watch just for that. Witch Watch just kind of broken this curse for me recently, where it comes to, like, my favourite Shonen Jump anime mangas getting adapted. Where, like, first we got Undead Unluck, and, like, the anime's good. It's a pretty good anime. The big issue with it, though, is that the pacing is just god-awful. Like, the amount of, like, flashbacks to, like, the previous episode, and, like, the pacing's really bad. I don't really know how they fix it with, like, with the length of the anime is, and what they had to adapt, and they couldn't really go beyond the point they were in the anime. Like, they wouldn't get far enough into the next arc. I don't know what this alarm is. But anyway, what was that? No, what was I saying? Anyway, yeah, so there was a lot of good points to it, but there was some bad parts of the adaptation. Then you got Mission Your Sakura Family, which was really average. Like, I enjoyed it, but, like, it was not a phenomenal adaptation by any means. And then we got Witch Watch, and, like, Witch Watch is amazing. Like, the opening is so fire. Like, I replay it, like, every time the episode starts, I watch it and I just play it again because it's just so good. I can't, like, gas about, like, how good the Witch Watch opening was. It was awesome. This would probably fit into it, but Adam isn't stronger than Zeus. At most, he's equal, if not a tiny, tiny bit higher, and can't be Zeus because of his human body without doing it instantly. Yeah, like, I'd say, like, if you had to say one stronger, it would be Zeus, but for all intents and purposes, they're equals. Okay, bye. Read my essay if you want. I will definitely give it a check out on the Discord, and I'll see you later. Please tell me how to fix Poseidon. dear Lord. Would the bully be the first thing you save in the event of a fire? No, it would not. It would definitely not. Cheesemo, guess what body pillow character I brought? Ooh. Who did Cheesemo get? Ooh. Who would Cheesemo get? Chismo, I feel like it's a male character. I feel like it's a man. I think it's Broly from Dragon Ball Z. Fun fact of the stream we have, I think £45 left before Seth has to buy another body pillow. God damn it. I keep forgetting I have to buy another of these damn things. Forget about who's been watching Witch Watch. Who's been witching Watch Witch. Oh yeah, that show's peak. Yeah, Witch Watch is great. Like, it's one of my favourite mangas, and the anime's so good. I think the only characters that will be stronger than Kaido will be Luffy, Emu, Shanks, Mihawk, Roger, Whitebeard, Blackbeard, and maybe Loki. I really think after Egghead just heard about Loki, I feel Loki definitely could be. If we're talking all-time here, the other characters I'd add, Joy Boy, obviously is stronger than Kaido. Zebek, I think, will be stronger. Garling, I definitely think will be stronger. Considering I think Garling will be Emu's number 2. Again, you haven't got past Egghead, so like, I assume you haven't. Well, you might have got the Garling promotion stuff, but like, I think Garling's going to be really, really strong. I have a lot of stocks in Garling, so I think Garling will definitely be stronger. Dragon also, I think, is obviously going to be stronger. I think Dragon currently is the second strongest character in the series, behind Emu. Just on the basis, like, number one, it's, you know, it's a prime, it's a, what's it called? It's a prime Monkey D in it's a Monkey D in their prime. And, like, we saw how strong Garp was. Again, Garp, obviously easily stronger than Kaido. I don't think there's any debate there. Garp was, he's going to be as strong as prime Garp, if not a little stronger. He's also, you know, the big main enemy of the world government. In the chapter, we got the reveal of the Yonko. Everyone, like, that was a big reveal, and then after that we got the dragon reveal, and it was an even bigger reveal. So, like, obviously, I think narratively he's meant to be a lot more important than the Yonko. I think there's a lot of reason why Dragon should be up there. Why Dragon's going to be like the second strongest character currently. I think Luffy obviously will surpass him, but I have a lot of stocks in Dragon. There might be a few other characters I think are going to end up above Kaido, like Zoro. I think Zoro obviously Zoro's going to end up stronger than him end of story, because, like, well, Mihawk, I think, stronger, and Zoro's going to surpass Mihawk, so obviously. Shamrock, again, I think, will be a little weaker than Shanks, so, you know. But yeah, enough One Piece stuff. I'm meant to be ending the stream. Before the stream ends, everyone, I'm watching In Love with the Villainess, peak Villainess anime. In Love with the Villainess is really, really good. Zeus himself stated that if it was a battle of endurance, Adam would have won. The reason one was that Adam got blood in his eye. Again, something that Zeus himself stated. Yeah, like, the whole point is meant to be, like, with the blood scene, is like, it's so close that the thing that determined who won was purely luck. Just the chance, just the blood by chance hitting his eyes, what was the deciding factor. 1 minute, let me let this cat out. Oh. God, I'm meant to be ending stream, but, like, Verosika, that's the one from Hasbin, right? I haven't watched Hasbin, but correct me if I'm wrong, but they're from Hasbin, right? Also, thoughts on the T-Bait anime. What the hell is the T-Bait anime? What am I... It's probably an abbreviation. Oh, the beginning after the end. I have not started watching it yet, but I do need to. Well, Zeus admitted it, which I do think is true. Zeus has a divine body, Adam doesn't, but it's probably the closest thing to one. But there's also going on about mental endurance. Yeah, I think, like, the narrative, like, point is that, like, they're basically equals for all intents and purposes. With Adam still wanting to fight after death and Zeus falling to his knees first. Yeah, a lot of symbology here. And if we're being honest, Adam could have dodged the blood, seeing to it he was spanning time, surpassing punch, but then he got hit by it for the plot. Yeah. Well, to be fair, maybe the blood is actually, that blood drop's the fastest thing in the series, possibly. Stream can go for another hour. No, it cannot. TBA Anime's ass. Don't watch it. Read it. Okay, I will read it rather than watch it. And on that note, we will end stream because I finally caught up to chat. Thank you, everyone. We will try to do a stream next week, and we'll do a variety stream with, like, a Hunger Games thing and like some tier lists and stuff like that. But until then, thank you for watching. Very much appreciated. Thank you, Chismo, for the $5 super chat as always. And I will see you